And now sports with Chris Dewar from the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Sports Desk.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hope you are enjoying the holiday. While many of us spent the early portion of the day serving up all sorts of food, QHS was kind enough to serve us up some highlights tonight as it kicked off their season with a Thanksgiving tournament against Lindblom in front of a packed house at Blue Devil Gym. And it doesn't get much better than this for the pregame festivities. We were ready to rock and roll at this point, and boy, did the Blue Devils, well, they started eating early on in this one, or more specifically, Bradley Longcore, the third, slams it home. How about that for the first bucket of the season? Moments later, it's Longcore in transition as goes for the pull-up three, connects on that one. Strong start for the Blue Devils senior. That would only continue because moments later off the steal, Longcore was serving up some yams for Thanksgiving. The two-hand slam makes it Bradley Longcore the third, 7. Lindblom nothing at that point. The good vibes just continue after a timeout. Finally, a different Blue Devils scores as Dom Clay sinks one from range, caps up a 10-0 QHS run to open their season. Then it's Longcore dishing one out. Mark Luthan on the receiving end, and he lays it in. More defense turning into offense for QHS as Dom Clay knocks it out, and then Rico Clay Jr. finds Longcore in transition. As good as gold, 19-7 ball game. Check out the passing coming on this play as they swing it all the way around, eventually on its way to Keyshawn Thomas, who finishes through contact for the bucket. Probably not as much contact, though, as you're going to see on this play. Thomas fighting for the bucket, just like I fight for the last scoop of mashed potatoes. Both of us successful. Then moments later, it's Longcore again. The hoop and the harm, and that has QHS up 25-7 after the and one. Nice sidestep from Trace Routh, nothing but net, and a whole lot of Blue Devils were cooking in this one on Thanksgiving. Still in the second quarter, a pump fake from Luthan, so good it got me. Sinks the three-pointer as QHS led by 17. Let's check out some defense coming as Jarius Rice Jr. is there for the block. Blue Devils started playing with their food here, though, late in the first half. QHS went in up just 8, 34-28. Now out of the break, it's Thomas backing his way in, goes up strong and scores for the Blue Devils. And then moments later, it would be Thomas again. This time going to take the baseline jumper, and there would be no problem on that one as this game was close in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game before Longcore gets to the rack and puts QHS up 40-35 with the bucket. Now back to Thomas. Had a couple of buckets close to the basket, but shows he can hit from 3 as well, and he was rightfully pumped up after knocking that one down. We're tied now 45-45, a close game at this point, but you can't give Longcore the third that much space. Connects to 3 to put QHS back ahead, and then moments later, Thomas going to throw it up ahead to Longcore. Finishes with yet another dunk right there. He'd lead everyone with 24 points on the night. And closing stages of the third, it's Thomas who gets to the hoop and finishes with the and one. That's going to count for 3 of his 16 in this game as QHS led by just 5, 53-48 after 3 quarters. But boy, in the fourth, did they feast in this one. Longcore to Rice for the layup. Then Thomas to steal leads to Cameron Lyers, the lay-in on the other end. All sorts of defense turning into offense in this one for QHS. Wires up ahead to Dom Clay, who's going to hit the corner 3. That part of a 7-0 run to open the fourth quarter as QHS went up 60-48. Now they're feeling good, and the Blue Devils just kept on going for some dessert in this final quarter. Clay, the edge of the logo, knocks one down. That part of his 15 points. Then Rico Clay Jr. gets in on the fun as well with a nice step back 3. But maybe the play of the night coming here on the defensive end is you're going to see Dom Clay coming for the rejection. That one never had a chance as he swats it away. Then to wrap things up, how about one more tasty dish from Longcore behind the back to Clay for the bucket. And when it was all said and done, QHS ran away with this one in the final quarter. They start the season with a win as they go on to take this one at home in their own tournament, 76-58, your final score. So now after that 1-0 start, a quick look at what's next for QHS this weekend as they are back at it tomorrow night against Dunlap, then close it all out on Saturday against St. Lawrence. Both of those games scheduled for 7 p.m. and the Hall of Fame ceremony will take place before the game on Saturday night. Let's head to the gridiron where North Shelby continues their 8-man football playoff run this upcoming Saturday. They'll face Bramer in this state Final Four matchup, who, like North Shelby, offers quite a potent offense on the season. But while the Raiders are more run-heavy physical team, Bramer does it with the pass.
It's a clash of styles, but ultimately, anytime teams have success like this, all the small things matter. They're doing the same things. They have to make sure they're doing the footwork correct. They have to make sure their hands are in the right place. And so, the similarities are there. They're a great team because they do the little things right. They just do it a little differently than we do.
We are all out of time here for sports. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.